everybody, Leighton here, and I lied to you. I lied to all of you. Mwahahaha. To be fair, I didn't intend to lie. It was just a case of things fell into place in a certain way where I had to add another Sunday bonus video. There was no way around it. And that is because a while ago, Jenna asked for those of us on her street team to come up with some fun tags and challenges and stuff to get you guys involved and excited about the Savior's Champion. And so I came up with the idea of having people fan cast the Savior's Champion. And Jenna loved the idea, but she didn't want us to start fan casting until more people had actually read the book, so then more people could be involved in the fan casting. So here we are today. The book is out. If you haven't read it yet, you absolutely should. All of the links to order it are in the description down below, so get on that. But yeah, so the goal for today is to start fan casting the Savior's Champion. So here's how it's gonna go down. I am going to be fan casting a smaller group of characters. I'm sticking mostly with the ones who have portraits and mostly the ones who played a decently big role in the actual story, just because, you know, I'm busy. I couldn't fan cast the entire book because can you imagine? But when it becomes your turn to fan cast this series, please feel free to cast any and all characters that you loved or hated or that made you feel some emotion. You know, feel free to cast whoever you want. And if you end up casting some of the same characters that I'm casting, that's okay. And it's okay if you choose some of the same actors that I do. The whole point is that we're just coming up with our dream cast. Like, if the movie were to come out tomorrow, who would we want to play each of the characters? And also, I do want to mention that for me, I'm going mostly off of looks rather than acting talent or anything, because some of these actors I've never even seen acting. It was strictly based off of looks for me, but if you want to do it more based off of acting talent or just cast all of your favorite actors as these characters, you do you, but you gotta justify it. That's important. But anyway, them's the rules. This is sort of a tag, so I tag all of you. Once you finish watching this video, go out and fan cast the Savior's Champion to your heart's content, and make sure you have a lot of fun doing it, because I can assure you, doing this was a lot of fun. So the first character that I am fan casting is, of course, my main man, Tobias. Now I gotta tell you, this one was difficult strictly because there is no human on earth with a chin as pointed as Tobias, unless you're counting the crimson chin from the Fairly Odd Parents. No, but in all seriousness, it was also kind of hard to cast him because it's Tobias. He's this perfect cinnamon roll of a human being, and I just, it was so hard to find somebody that I felt was worthy of playing him. But as I was Googling hot young male actors, because yes, that is exactly how I did this, I happened upon a picture of Douglas Booth. And I remembered him from the time he played Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. So, heartthrob, check. And then even though he doesn't have as pointed a chin as Tobias, he definitely has that strong, defined jawline. So, defined jawline, check. And then he's just got the similar face shape, similar facial features, and you know, you cut his hair just right and it'll resemble Tobias's to a certain extent. So overall, I'd just say Douglas Booth to me seems like he'd be a pretty damn good Tobias. The next character that I am fan casting is Layla. Y'all know how much I love Layla, so it was kind of like a Tobias situation where I was like, who is worthy of playing Layla? But this one was a little bit easier because immediately Katie McGrath sprang to my mind. To me, they look so similar. They've got the dark hair, they've got the similar face shape and the dainty facial features, the full lips, stick a couple of contacts in Katie's eyes, and bam, you got Layla. To be fair, Katie is a little bit old to be playing Layla. She's like 30 years old or something, but hot damn. That girl has not aged a day since she was in BBC's Merlin. Like, she still looks basically as young as she did back then, so I'm casting her confident that she will look just as hot in the future as she does right now. Next we've got Kaleo, and this one was hard too. They were all kind of hard, but this one was especially hard just because I really wanted somebody who looked very similar to Kaleo because he's interesting. The way he's super hot, but also the most awful person in the world. So I ended up going with Robbie Amell. He's hot, they've got similar face shapes and facial features, they've got the same kind of hair. Robbie's obviously a lot paler than Cleo, but I thought that Robbie was pretty close, you know, he could get a spray tan or something, I don't know. But I figured Robbie would be a good choice for Cleo. Next we have Delphi. Delphi is obviously one of the best characters in this book. She takes no shit from anybody and she's just awesome. And so I had to find somebody who could kind of encapture that badass awesomeness. And when I stumbled upon this picture of Simona Brown, I knew she was Delphi. I actually haven't seen Simona in anything really, so this is one of those cases where I don't even know what her acting ability is, but just as far as facial features go, they're pretty similar, and I found other pictures where her skin definitely has more of that golden tint that Delphi's does. It's just that this picture is so dark, it makes her look a little flatter in color, skin color, but they look very, very similar. You know, as similar as you can get from a portrait to an actual person. Up next, we have my future husband, Orion. Big, muscly, manly men with long hair and a beard are very hard to find in Hollywood, apparently. Beards are coming into style, so there's a lot of people with beards, but like muscly guys who look like a lumberjack are not very common. But luckily, I was able to find Orion's doppelganger, and that is Jason Momoa. I mean, dude has to wash his hair because he's looking hella greasy, and my future husband can't look like a grease ball. But other than that, don't they look so similar? You dye his hair fully brown, and you wash it, and they'd be pretty close. Next up, we have Pippa. Pippa is just the sweetest person. She's just got this fair skin, blonde hair, these giant blue eyes, and she's just sweet and cute. And I was like, oh gosh, how am I ever going to find somebody like this? But then I found a picture of Anna Sophia Robb, and I was like, holy shit, that is the same person. They've got the same dainty facial features and that blonde hair. I think Pippa's hair is a little bit more platinum, but hey, you know, bleach works miracles. Also, Anna Sophia's chin is a little bit more pointed than Pippa's, but like overall, I think it would be a pretty gosh darn good match. Next, we have my boy, Raphael. I love him so much. And finding somebody for him was just so hard. In fact, I think this was the hardest one for me to find. Like, there is nobody out there in the world who looks like this boy. It was just like, he's one in a million. There's no actors that look even close to him. No, not even a resemblance, not even like the same anything. Like, I couldn't even get close. It was so hard. I'm just kidding. This one was really easy because Jenna's even already said who would have to play him because he was based off of Alfred Enoch. They're the same person. It was literally, this character was based off of this actor. So it was easy and I have nothing else to say because they are literally the same person. Now we're moving on to Cosima, that gorgeous red-headed beauty. So who would I find for her? Somebody without red hair. I just personally felt that Amanda Seyfried would be the best choice for Cosima. Dye her hair red, get her a push-up bra, and she is Cosima. They've just both got that really long face, and they've got, you know, the nicely plucked eyebrows and the fuller lips. Amanda's eyes are obviously a little more apart than Cosima's, but that's just who Amanda is. She's just got those eyes. But I think that could even work to her advantage because the Savior is supposed to have really like recognizable eyes. So it could be not only the color, but you know, the space between them that really makes her eyes pop. Next we have Flynn, and I actually thought I would have trouble finding an actor who looked like him, but who I actually found was a K-drama star, and holy shit, they're like the same person. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this actor's name though, because I ain't here to be problematic. I'm not gonna even attempt it and sound super insulting or something. So here's his name and here's his picture. Are they not the same person? fight me on this one, okay? They're the exact same person. They've even got the same size ears. I mean, come on. There's absolutely no way the artist did not use this actor as their, like, model. And finally, we have one of my favorite characters, Enzo. Enzo is fucking hot, okay? I was looking at his portrait and I was like, hot damn. Oh. He's a hottie, he's a cutie. So I had to find somebody equally as hot and cute as him, and that was hard because, kind of like Tobias, nobody was worthy. But then I remembered my fictional husband, Dean Winchester from Supernatural, played by the gorgeous Jensen Ackles. I mean, shaving Jensen's head is kind of a crime against humanity, but you know what? Sometimes sacrifices must be made for the greater good. I mostly chose Jensen just because he's got that perfect pretty boy face, especially you shave the scruff and he's just this perfect pretty boy, and that's totally what Enzo is. He's such a pretty boy, and I don't know, to me they just look very similar. Shave Jensen's head and you've basically got Enzo with no extra work involved. And that's it. That's all of the characters that I have fan cast. Obviously there's a million bazillion more. There's even some with portraits that I didn't even do because honestly it's hard to find people who look like fictional characters. It is very tricky, and I totally understand why Hollywood has such a hard time casting people, because you have to find somebody who looks like them, but also you have to find somebody with the ability to act as them. And sometimes those two things are not the same. I do think that even for some of the characters that I did cast in this video, unknowns might be better, or lesser known actors might be better, because trying to find big name actors to play these characters was really hard. But yeah, you're all tagged, so make sure you go off and fan cast the Savior's Champion. It can be all of the characters that I just did in this video, or it could be some of them and some other ones that you choose. No matter what though, please make sure to let me know that you're doing this tag, and you know, link me to your videos. You can do it on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever. I just want to see who you guys think would be the best actors to play all of these amazing characters that Jenna's created. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is every Saturday, the first Wednesday of every month, and the third Wednesday of every other month, and probably not any more bonus Sunday videos unless something comes up and I decide to anyway, because I just can't make promises anymore. Because also, please make sure to check me out on all of my social medias. I have Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram, all linked in the description below. Also linked in the description is my personal blog, readwritelovefiction.com, where I do spoiler-free reviews. I post the corresponding blog post to my Let's Talk About Writing videos, and I just talk about my writing adventures, the things that are going great or not so great with trying to publish a book. So if you're interested in any of that, then please make sure to go ahead and check that out. Also, make sure to check out my official author website, leightonjwilliams.com, which is the first place I will be posting any information about any cool projects that I have going on, be it the Casting Chronicles or something else that maybe I'm working on. If you want to be the first person to know about any of that stuff before I post it on any of my social medias or talk about it here on YouTube, that's where you should go. And finally, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I forgot to lean.